All right, we are diving into one of the most incredible stories you'll ever hear. It's about a brain scientist who had a massive stroke and was able to study it from the inside as it was happening.
Just let that sink in for a moment. This isn't some second-hand account. This is an eyewitness testimony from the very mind that was shutting down. It sets the stage for a journey that is, well, truly unique. So our story is all about Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, a brilliant scientist at the absolute top of her game. But on the morning of December 10th, 1996, her life changed forever. One minute she's a thriving Harvard neuroanatomist, and the next, she becomes the subject of her own research in the most terrifying way you can imagine. So what did she actually experience? What does it feel like on the inside as your brain starts to shut down piece by piece?
In just 4 short hours, she literally watched her left brain functions go dark one by one. Her ability to walk, to talk, to read, to write, even to remember anything about her own life, it all just vanished. In her own words, she became an infant in a woman's body.
Now, what her experience does is throw this massive spotlight on the fundamental difference between our two brain hemispheres. Think of it like this. Your left brain is a serial processor. It thinks in a straight line, A, then B, then C. It organizes all the details, worries about the past and future, and creates your sense of I as this separate individual. It sees all the individual trees. But the right brain? It's a parallel processor. It's all about the present moment, taking in the big picture, the whole forest, all at once.
So as her analytical, detail-obsessed left brain went quiet, that constant inner chatter, the voice that defines you as you, it just disappeared. And what was left was the massive, peaceful consciousness of her right brain. She describes it as a state of nirvana, totally present, totally connected to everything. No boundaries, no separation, just pure, blissful energy. And this was not a quick fix. Her path back to a full recovery was a long, 8-year marathon of consciously rebuilding her mind. And it was during this painstaking work, cell by cell, that she stumbled upon her most profound discovery. Yeah, that recovery process led to her greatest insight. As she put her mind back together, she realized our inner world isn't just a simple tale of 2 hemispheres. Nope, it's a dynamic, incredible interplay between 4 very distinct characters. She figured out that we all have these 4 predictable personalities living inside our heads. She calls them the 4 characters. And these aren't just metaphors. They are 4 distinct groups of cells, 2 in your left brain, 2 in your right, and each one has its own agenda and its own role to play. Okay, so first up, our left brain houses 2 characters. Character 1 is your inner organizer. This is the part of you that loves a good to-do list, follows the rules, and analyzes everything. It's always thinking about the past and planning for the future. Then you've got character 2. Our emotional left brain. This is where we store our past hurts, our fears, our anxieties. It's kind of like our inner alarm system, always scanning for danger based on what's happened before. And then over in the right brain, we've got 2 more characters. Character 3 is our playful, adventurous side. This is the spontaneous, creative part of us that lives completely in the here and now, always looking for joy and new experiences. And finally, character 4. This is our deep, wise sage. It's that peaceful, compassionate part of us that feels connected to everything, the part Dr. Taylor was left with during her stroke. Her journey also uncovered this powerful biological trick for managing our emotions, especially the tough ones that come from our anxious, character 2. She calls it the 90-second rule. See, when something triggers an emotional response, say anger or fear, a flood of chemicals gets released into your bloodstream.
And here's the magic number. It takes just 90 seconds for that chemical cocktail to be completely flushed out of your body. After that, the actual physiological response is done. It's over. Any feeling that lingers beyond that minute and a half is there because you are choosing, consciously or not, to stay in that emotional loop by re-triggering the circuit with your thoughts. This means you have a choice.
So this brings us to the most practical, hands-on tool from her work. It's a technique for getting your 4 characters to actually work together as a team, instead of letting just one of them, hijack the whole show. So, the next time you feel your anxious character 2 taking over, or your rigid character 1 getting stuck in a rut, you don't have to be a victim of that reaction. You can actually consciously call a brain huddle and invite all 4 parts of your brain to the table to weigh in. And she created this super simple acronym, BRAIN, to guide the whole process. First, you just breathe to hit the pause button on that automatic reaction. Then you recognize which character is driving the bus. You appreciate your whole internal team, even the grumpy ones. Then you inquire. You listen to what all of them have to say. And finally, you navigate forward with a choice made by your whole brain, not just one panicked part.
Ultimately, when you boil it all down, this entire framework is about empowerment. It's about conscious choice. It's about you taking the driver's seat of your own mind.
So the big takeaway here is that once you understand these parts of yourself, the organizer, the wounded inner child, the playful spirit, and the wise sage, you get the power to consciously choose who you want to be in any given moment. You're no longer just reacting on autopilot, you're actually leading your own team. And this is the ultimate gift of her experience. It's a profound reminder that peace, power, and joy aren't things that just happen to us. They are internal choices we can make anytime just by understanding the incredible, amazing machine inside our heads.
So I'm going to leave you with a final thought to reflect on. Right now, in this moment, take a second to notice. Which part of you is in the driver's seat of your life? Is it your inner planner, your worrier, your adventurer, or your sage? Because just knowing the answer, that's the first step to choosing your own path.